In Austin, I'm Quita Culpepper. An attorney is calling out the Austin Police Department after an alleged takedown left a woman with severe injuries. That incident happened in 2024, and now the woman is suing the city and the officer. Here's reporter Kelsey Sanchez.
This is equally indefensible.
Attorney Jeff Edwards says his client, Natalie Giulianis, will have lifelong impacts after what he called a brutal arrest in December of 2024.
She could be my daughter. She could be your friend. She's all of us. And for her to be treated this way, there's no other word for it, is reprehensible.
According to a new lawsuit filed against the city of Austin and former APD police officer Joseph Spies, Spies arrested Giulianis for public intoxication outside a hotel downtown. After she'd been cuffed, she says she bent down to grab something she dropped when Spies threw her to the ground.
Thrown headfirst into the ground while she was handcuffed and had no ability to protect herself. I mean, that's an outrageous maneuver. Then the officer, after severely injuring her, walked her to the car and just shoved her head into the squad car.
Chief Lisa Davis indefinitely suspended Spies in December after an internal affairs investigation found Spies violated APD general orders by, quote, performing a, quote, unreasonable takedown. However, according to Austin Police Association Vice President Tyler Latham, Giulianis had gotten into a fight with others at the hotel before her arrest.
So he was trying to separate her from that group to conduct an investigation. Officer Spies was by himself. A lot of officers were off on another gun call in the area, so he didn't have a backup right away.
Latham added Spies initially was offered a 20-day suspension, but didn't take it because he believes he was within policy.
We cannot review uses of force with 20/20 hindsight, knowing all the facts that happen. We have to review it based on what the officer knew at the time.
Giulianis is calling for a jury trial and for the city and Spies to compensate her for her medical expenses and for the time she was unable to work due to her injury.
And that was Kelsey Sanchez reporting. We reached out to the city and staff, and they said they haven't been served, but will respond appropriately when it happens. As for former Officer Spies, APA says he also has not been served. A serial killer tied to Austin's infamous 1991 yogurt shop murders has now been officially named in a long unsolved Lexington, Kentucky killing, an attack marked by chilling similarities to the yogurt shop case. Police in Lexington, Kentucky announced Wednesday they believe Robert Eugene Brashers killed a woman named Linda Rutledge in November of 1998. Lexington firefighters were first called to a store. They found Rutledge's body in the back of the business. She died from multiple gunshot wounds. Police believe the killer set that store on fire to get rid of the evidence. It was this case that helped Austin police link Brashers to the yogurt shop murders. They learned using a federal database that a shell casing from the yogurt shop murders matched ballistic evidence found in the Kentucky case. Brashers died in 1999. Residents in Hays County want answers after Paws Animal Shelter in Kyle nearly shut down in October. Jessica Cha spoke with a concerned resident about accountability and with the shelter about how it plans to bounce back.
The mood is positive at the Paws Shelter of Central Texas in Kyle.
We feel pretty good about where we are right now.
But that wasn't the case almost 4 months ago. Last October, the shelter nearly closed its doors due to a financial crisis, according to Paws Board President Greg Sabatini.
We spent more than we made over the course of the previous 2 years, resulted in us probably being about $400,000 in the negative. We did not come to the realization soon enough that we needed to ask for help.
With the announcement of the closure, Sabatini says they immediately saw a surge in donations, volunteers, and support from the community and organizations, and they were able to raise almost $500,000 to keep their doors open. But some Hays County residents are still worried about the future of the shelter.
We hadn't heard anything about Paws being in financial distress. It was confusion, like what happened?
Cody Bradstreet is a former board member, and when she left in 2023, she says the shelter was in good financial shape.
They had about just shy of $1 million in cash and investments, no debt, strong assets.
She says the threat of closure alarmed her, and she wasn't alone, prompting the creation of the Pause Transparency Group made of donors, volunteers, and community members.
What we really wanted to understand is, where are you today? How did you get here? What is your plan to move the organization forward, and how can we be helpful?
Sabatini says they've already created a turnaround plan to avoid a future crisis.
We've definitely reduced the costs by spending less on superfluous items, like asking more for donations. We have reduced the overtime. We have increased the number of board hours.
He says they've also hired a full-time person dedicated to just applying for grants and fundraising, as well as finding companies to match their monthly donation numbers.
I'm not someone who's going to walk away from a problem that I am partly responsible for.
But Bradstreet says they're skeptical that the current board has the motivation and accountability to get themselves out of the hole that they've dug. In November, the group filed a formal complaint to the Attorney General asking for an investigation into the operations at the shelter.
To take a look, and if there's nothing wrong, that's great. If there is something, then let's get it fixed and let's make sure we don't lose Pause.
A cat and mouse game. And Kyle, Jessica Cha, KVUE News.
Crews in Georgetown continue to make emergency repairs after more than 100,000 gallons of untreated wastewater overflowed into the San Gabriel River. Officials say it happened after a pipe broke Monday just west of I-35 near the Wolf Ranch Shopping Center. Right now, people are being warned to stay away from San Gabriel Park and Blue Hole Park. City leaders say drinking water is safe, but private well owners living near the spill should boil their water for now. Martin Luther King III visited Austin on Wednesday. He stopped by a private event commemorating a local nonprofit that focuses on helping young people and their families and at-risk community members. Adam Bennett shows us why King is endorsing its work and what's next.
Martin Luther King III spent a few hours here at African American Youth Harvest Foundation in East Austin. He praised that nonprofit's work toward fulfilling his father's dream. King also spoke with us about the work still ahead.
I have a dream that this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
2 weeks before the holiday honoring the life and legacy of his father, Martin Luther King III honored 20 years of one Austin nonprofit working to carry it forward.
My dad understood it was just a few good people that brought about change.
At a private event Wednesday with elected officials, civil rights leaders, and community members, King endorsed the work being done by African American Youth Harvest Foundation.
The dream part comes in the duplication of this throughout our nation and world.
The nonprofit provides 30 resources under one roof, including a trauma recovery center, health clinic, workforce training, and mentoring.
We ask, what's going on with your mother? What's going on with your father?
Michael Lofton is founder and CEO. He says their model reflects Dr. King's vision of a beloved community that includes nonviolence, equal treatment, and equal opportunity.
I haven't seen a person that walk out of here, I don't care what their background was, that walks out of here after making 10 to 12 connections within 24 hours, food, clothing, house, job, re-entry, go ahead and rob a bank.
King told me it's a model for everyone.
And you don't create more opportunity by excluding opportunity for others.
As the work to fulfill his father's vision continues.
Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Adam Bennett, KVUE News.
And those are the headlines in Austin. I'm Quita Culpepper.